Okay. What is this? Oh. This is so cool.
If we shift course now, we might stand a chance.
Wow, they did such a good job of that. I had never seen that before, so I was really curious about it. Um, I heard that they were doing some sort of like intro animation. But this is The Wandering Village. This is a game that, oh man, I've kept track of for at least probably a couple of years now. Um, it's changed quite a bit over time, but they keep adding more stuff to it. But they just recently finished, I guess, the full release of the game, if I'm correct. So I'm pretty excited to play it again. Um, See if there's anything different or if it's much different than how I last left it. There is a story mode now, I've heard, and that maybe is why there was that whole animation thing. So I was yeah, taking a bit of a break from Undermine right now, and I wanted to play a little bit of The Wandering Village. Another game that I really enjoy as well. I guess I shouldn't say a break from Undermine. I'm going to be playing The Wandering Village at the same time that I'm going to be playing Undermine. So I'm going to be kind of splitting it up a little bit while Undermine's getting some more stuff. Still going to be making more episodes of Undermined as well, because that is definitely one of my favorite games too, but I wanted to get back into this game as well, so here we are now. And we're going to look at the story mode. So there is a story mode, a challenge mode, and then just a sandbox mode. I've tried the challenge modes before, which is it's really cool actually. You get to basically just add different, as it says, hostility modifiers, and then test your skill on survival. But the premises of this game is basically that we are a civilization that tries to live on the back of this dinosaur. Um, and basically just build a village and survive alongside of the Onbu. Oh, did I pick the story mode? Oops, I wasn't really paying full attention. Yeah, okay, I did. So we can either do the tutorial, we can play at our own pace on normal mode, or we can do the hard. Use your resources to survive, keep on with healthy. The villagers will grow over time, and Onbu will gradually venture deeper into infested territory. So yeah, this is a city builder, but basically just on the back of, I guess, a moving village. Which I thought was a really cool premise when it first came out, and it still is. Shows you the ropes how to take care of your settlement after the initial guide experience. This mode transitions seamlessly into the playthrough on normal difficulty. I think I'm just going to kind of play at my own pace here in normal mode and just go things along the way. So this is our Onbu friend. We can color him, apparently. Sakura. Oh, I like that. Lock this appearance by beating child mode at hostility level 15 or above. Okay. Well, I really like the look of that Onbu. It's got like a fiery look to it. I think that's really cool. I wonder if I have a feeling that this is going to show on the recording. Not too happy about that, but it's a little bit loud on my end. But when I was testing the audio, it was really, like, even louder. I think we're just going to keep Onbu's name to Onbu. I don't know if I want to... You know what? We'll just go with the regular-looking Onbu. Story mode, normal difficulty. Get to name the save file. Enter a save name. I don't know. A wandering adventure? I don't know. When it comes to naming senses, I'm about as good as Undermine is in some of the cases. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna go with that. Wandering adventure? Cool.
Driven from our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
Alright. Elder Waltrod? Walterod? No idea. Elder Wall. There you are. Good to see you, my friend. Elder Theodore. Wall and Theo. Got it. I mean, Theodore's at least easier to pronounce than whatever her name was. After all these years we've traveled, all the hardship we've endured together, who would have thought that we'd run into an Onbu of all things? It's truly amazing, isn't it, dear? We might be the first humans to have seen one in a couple hundred years. I'm really curious where the story mode is going to take us. Because before you just kind of literally just wandered around on the Wandering Village. So I'm curious as to what they've put together for a story. But the poor thing seems exhausted and has gone back to sleep for now. I had thought that the Onbu slept underground, but the poison of the soil must have woken it up. I wonder if it can even sustain itself on the surface. But if we take care of it, it might take care of us in turn. But if we push comes to shove, we might have to prioritize our own well-being in order to survive. Though that is a decision we would like to pass on to you. We have led our people here, but I think it's a good opportunity for someone new to take over. Once we're basically becoming the chief. I'm sure you will provide an excellent leader. Okay. So, one thing I really like is you can pause. But you can also... So yeah, you can pause play and slow things down only to regular speed. You can't go in like half speed. Or you can speed it faster up to 4 times speed, which is really cool. So usually what I do at the beginning... Oh, this is our Onbu, by the way. Sleeping in the ground. Really cool. But usually what I like to do at the start is I like to kind of look around and see what resources are around all over the place. Just so that I can get a sense of feeling as to... Oh, I guess you can pan it around like this. Actually, I forgot about that. You don't have to drag it like I was. Just so I can see kind of like what resources are around. so I can kind of plan out my buildings. So at the beginning, there's nothing really built for you. Kind of have to start literally everything from scratch because you're on the back of, I guess, this giant Onbu. We have our building menu tab. So we can build some little basic dirt roads, which will let our villagers move faster. We can make makeshift houses for 2 villagers, and we got a research building here. We can deconstruct, disable, prioritize. So we can prioritize certain things, like different levels of prioritization too, so that we can make it a bigger focus. There's so many things, so I don't even know how to go about starting to explain things. If I'm gonna be honest. So we got our people population, so we got 10 villagers right now, and they're all standing around waiting for something to do. We got our food summary, so we got how much food we have, shows us how much daily consumption we have. Raw food, simple, and gourmet meals. Got none of the meals. We only got basic, what looks like berries. I'm pretty sure it's just berries that they give you. Yeah, berries. We have tools that we start out with, and just some wood. The tools can be used to build some buildings. Can't remember what they are. I think it's these. So we got a wood cutting camp, a mining camp, and a clay camp that we can build. And it also shows you like what materials we need for each of these camps. So like the woodcutters literally only take the tools. Gotta build up to the mining camp with some woods. Gotta get some stone to get the clay camp. Where's the tab for the housing? There it is. So we have a happiness level for our villagers, and unhappy villagers will riot. So we want to make our villagers as happy as possible. Because if their happiness drops below the minimum happiness, we not only won't get more villagers, but eventually if they become too unhappy, they will also leave as well. Which is not ideal. So we want to keep our villagers happy. This shows us what we can do to help make our villagers happier. So we can increase our food quality, the variety, the housing quality. We can get decorations we can make for them. And they also don't want to be homeless. So we got to build them houses. So... Oh, we also got a thing for Onbu as well. So Onbu has like a poisonous level, a hunger level, and a sleepiness level. So we got to be careful to look after Onbu too, because we don't want Onbu to starve or Onbu to get too poisoned. Because we don't want Onbu to die. We got to work together with Onbu. Challenge. Oh, it just shows us our challenge. Oh, it'll show us how long it'll last until. So it lasts until day 10. So we only got 10 days to find more ways to make food. So I guess for now we want to figure out where we want to start setting up. We want to leave like big clear land like this down for like farms and stuff. We can also clear trees out of the way. Need clay, so that's a good spot for clay. For me, it's really important at the start of each run to kind of have an idea of what you want to start with. It kind of falls apart a little bit later, but at least if you have a good general starting idea of what you want to, especially on like the difficulty runs, I find that if I don't have a plan going into like any of the difficulty runs, it can be, well, pretty disastrous, if I'm going to be honest. So, and also one thing that is like completely underutilized, I find, is the roads. Roads are so handy, especially these ones. Like, they're not amazing, but they're free. We can get upgraded roads later, but that requires us to research them. So right now, what we really need to do is we need to deal with getting more food, and we need to deal with our housing issue. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to set up houses kind of up towards the top here. Kind of like to isolate my housing a bit, because they don't actually go to their housing to sleep unless they've changed that. They just kind of want them to look at almost. They keep busy otherwise. So they don't need to actually like go to them to sleep and then come back to work every night and day. So yeah, if we just put them off to the side in the corner, like, we don't really need to worry about it too much. One thing I like about this game too is that you can kind of like stage everything out. It's like, that's gonna fit nicely over there. There is a limit, obviously, because you can't build like right off into the edge of Onbu. So I could build a bunch of houses. The other thing, again, is I can set the priority level onto these. So I can make this like a super high priority. I can make this a low high priority. I can also disable it. So I can be like, whoa, stop. Go do other stuff. Don't focus on this. And then unlock it whatever I want. We can also deconstruct them if we decide that we don't want to do this. So if we want to, we can just be like, nah, that tent's not going to exist. So we got 10 villagers, so we need 5 tents. I am going to build a couple extra. It looks like in 2 days we're going to get some more. So... And you can actually build over top of things like this. It won't let me build here because that's in the red. It's got like a little red square around it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. And when you build something here and there's something in the way, it'll mark it with like a little balloon. So this has to get harvested before this can be set down. So I'm probably going to disable that for the time being because it's not a priority for me to get that one because I'll still have 6 built. I do want to also get them... I'm kind of trying to set up around here where there's the clay here. There is more down here. And the way... I'll show you how these work, I guess. They need to be in range. So I got 4 in range. I can't have it over top, or else it won't let me. I can't place it down right now. But I can place it over top of obstacles like that. Also, you can set a certain amount of like people to work in here. So I could set up to 3 to work in this camp. And again, we can set the priority. It'll show you also, if you click over it, how much materials it takes to build it and how much they put into it. So, same with the woodcutting camp. The woodcutting camps can be moved once you place them. Same as the mining camp, but the clay camp, once you've placed it down, you have to deconstruct it. So like this one I could get 5. It's further away though. I think I start off with 15. So I can do 2 mining camps and I can do a single clay camp. Because you can deconstruct camps and stuff and buildings, you will get the resources back. So I could get the tools back if I decide that I'm good on wood for a while. I can take down a camp, one of the woodcutting camps, and go for two clay camps later. So I think for now I just want everything to kind of be quick and all kind of in the small little area here to start. So I'm gonna set down a clay camp. We'll set down a mining camp, because if they get into there to mine, they can get rid of all these little rocks. There are these bigger rocks that are a lot harder to take away. They need to be mined 30 times, or these ones are only 1. So we got a wood camp set up. We're going to set up, again, 2 wood camps to start. We're going to try and clear out a bunch of this area here so that we can try and make this into a farm. Got another little farm area down here. We got some berries kind of started over here, so I'm kind of thinking that we should just build off of what we got already going here. So we can get 8. Got 10 there. That's nice. It's just a bunch that haven't grown yet. So I'm kind of thinking that we just place it there. It's a pretty good place to start. And they can harvest these. These are renewable, so they can harvest them. Crops also grow depending on the temperature. So there is a temperature that we're at normal right now, but there is like freezing temperatures and areas like the desert that are way too hot for crops. And depending on that, we're going to have to change out materials to grow. Research building. Definitely are going to want one of those pretty soon here too. So I'm kind of thinking we plop that up somewhere to the side that's not like too in the way. It's going to be like our building area. We could probably plop it down somewhere over here for now. Kind of out of the way here. That's not in the way at all either. Just have it here. Everything is nice and compact in our area here if we let things run. I do want them to prioritize these. So I can click this, prioritize it to the max. Do want this. Sometimes they have a mind of their own too, even if you do get them to like prioritize stuff for you. They'll just be like, nah, we want this. But you have to be careful not to prioritize everything to max. I'm sometimes bad at that, because I'll be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. But then because everything is prioritized to the max setting, it's like nothing is prioritized. So you have to be making sure that you actually are prioritizing things to being like, do first, do second, do third, or vice versa, or else you're really not helping yourself. If anything, you're just hindering yourself, because then they won't prioritize anything at all. But I think we got a good start, kind of, for what we want. So I guess we'll just let these guys kind of get started. Look at them go. They're already started listening. They're already crying about being homeless. Oh no. We should also set it so that they'll start working in these right away. Yeah, look at this guy. He's already trying to cut down the tree. We told him we didn't want to cut down the tree. Here, stop doing that. No. He's trying to get the wood for the houses is probably what it was. So all the berries are in this little pile here right now. They're mining away all these, which is nice. Shows here how much rock we have. Our wood is getting used really fast. Yeah, you can see the progress on this too. They've got all the tools, the wood, the stone. All good stuff. I do want them getting the research building quickly. I'm not too worried about the berry gathering bush because we do have food for like 10 days. But I am worried about getting all of our like research and stuff started. Because it is really important to get your research done, because if you don't have stuff researched in time for certain events that happen throughout the playthroughs, it can be really difficult. So we can see this is the range of our woodcutting camp. It says that we have 25 things within range. They do get like a small bonus to their speed rather than actual free workers, like it was saying. So these guys are done. That's why it's got the little arrow, and they're just standing still. So we're gonna move them down. And they're gonna keep mining away. And these guys are almost done too, which is good. So I'm gonna move them over. I'm gonna throw some people in this. I'm actually gonna close down this. So you can just kind of close it down and tell them to go start working on other stuff. which I am now going to tell them to start prioritizing these houses, because I do want them to be happy. I got one free worker right now, so he's probably going to be the only one that's building the houses. Maybe I won't prioritize all of them to the max. Maybe we'll just do like 2 or 3. So I do want them, again, building this. And we need 20 clay. Should have also had them building some dirt roads to this for my people. So we'll set up some basic dirt roads. I kind of like doing them in these like L formations because it kind of cuts things off and you can have it in the middle. And you can like split up. So like I can come it all the way over here to the berry gatherer. I could have it come up to here. Now I got all this section that can be like the mining section. This can be like for the farms and stuff. So I'm trying to like section it off. Alright, so we got our first house completed. Got a housing quality of 1, a decoration total of 3, and 2 beds. And has only a 10% immunity to poison. This is our world map. We haven't really started moving, but Onbu walks along the path here down to wherever, and then there eventually is like points that he'll turn. But we haven't started moving yet. Onbu's still sleeping up, resting up. I don't want them to build this actually yet, so stop doing that. We still got a fair amount of food. Again, want them to be focusing on some other stuff. I'm actually going to get rid of one of these guys. And we'll go down to 1 miner. I really want them to get this research building done for me. And the roads. I really want the roads done. Get all the roads done. We got our first 2 nomads that would like to settle. And we will definitely take you. Hello! Come join us. We have lots of work for you to do. Like building roads. Please build roads. There's actually a lot of areas in the middle of this bush here. It's whack of trees. Alright. Got some tents going. Grabbing the stone. Now that we got another villager, we can get another person on stone. And a lot more stone. I think we got all of our clay, which is good. We could probably open this up to speed this up too. And I'll probably go down to 1 clay person for now. I don't want to slow down wood production yet, because I do want to get these houses built as fast as possible too. I don't want our happiness to go below 5. We are getting a buff right now for the next 4 days. For our villagers' happiness. There is this at the beginning of the game where, because we just settled, it's trying to ease us into it. Oh, nice. We actually had all the stone. It was just, I guess, sitting around. I'm not too sure where they got all the stone from to build that fast. It looked like we didn't have it. I guess hiding it from me? I don't know. I started building some of the roads. So yeah, we can speed this up. Go 2 times, or 4 times speed and go really fast. Which is really cool. Or we can slow it all the way down. So now we can go check the research tree. So we always have to start here at the beginning. So the first thing that we have to do is the air well. Extracts water from the air. Works better at higher humidity levels. No water is produced in the deserts. So it takes 12 hours, and it requires us to have 25 wood to research it, and then it shows us the build cost, and it shows us the size. So we can set that as our research, and then next it'll open up some more stuff, so it starts slowly branching out for us that we can get all these things. Oh my god. Look at how far it goes. Woo. And we're all the way back here to start. So we got the air well. But it takes 3... It needs to be fully staffed, so we can't just have one person in this building. We do have to fully staff it for it to start. So we need a couple more logs, and then we need 3 villagers. So we'll have to send all of our free villagers that we have right now to build it. But we're definitely going to want to do that because we definitely need to get this research started as soon as possible. And we'll probably free up some of our mining people. Start prioritizing this. I thought Onbu was waking up. I think soon though. He's almost fully slept. This game to me is so peaceful. I don't really like speeding up the game too often. I do kind of just like watching them do what they're doing and slowly interacting with them as I need. Watching over them is kind of calming. This... Oh. Strange rubble. Something buried underneath there. I see you've noticed this strange pile of rubble as well, my friend. There seems to be something buried there. That's what the description said. It's hard to tell what that is right now, but we might be able to learn more if we dig it up. Okay. I don't know about this. Maybe it was buried for a reason. Come on, dear, aren't you at least a bit curious? Who knows? It might be something that could really benefit us. Okay, we'll get to that later. I'm assuming that's got to be, for obvious reasons, part of the story. It definitely doesn't look like something that I've seen before, so it's definitely got to be story related. But I want to establish a bit more of our village before we get to that, so you can also see here, it'll show us how much time we have for air well. So 4 more hours. There's an actual like in-game time here. It says that we're on day 2. Already gone through 20 berries. Oh, there we go. Onbu's waking up. Morning, Onbu. Oh, we got rain. Rain clouds rolling in. So the rain cloud will raise the humidity for the air humidifiers, and it'll make them more productive. But it doesn't... We don't need rain for them to work. There we go. We've researched the first thing. So now I really want to get this farm research going. We got all the resources for that as well, so we're sending them straight back in. Let's research the farm. Keep going, guys. It's exactly what we want to be doing early on. Research as much as we can, as quick as we can. Still 10 within range. So these guys are doing well too. And we got some roads built already, so that's really nice. I would build some roads over here, but I can't remember the... It's been a while since I played. Again, I like to have the farms kind of enclosed in these. So, actually here would probably be perfect. If I clear this out, I could probably get 2 farms side by side. But we can move them later and stuff too. It's not the end of the world. It's probably a good time for us to start looking at building this berry farm now. We got our roads started to be built. So we should probably get them on that. We got quite a bit of rock now. Let's close this. Only 10 clay. We'll be getting some more villagers soon. This was the main thing. I wanted them to have access to the berry bush a lot easier. That was the hope. Or the pile of berries. The thing is, they're not using it all the time, but when they do, you can see that they do get like a small speed boost. It's not much. Maybe it's like 10-15%. Maybe it's more than that. It's not huge. But it is helpful. Especially for a free resource. When you get the upgraded roads, it's definitely more noticeable. But for free roads that don't take too much to build, like it's really good. Actually, you know what? I don't want to put them in there yet. Because what I do want to do is with the berry bushes that are around, you can actually harvest them and remove. And by doing these to the other berry bushes around, you actually have a chance to harvest the seeds. Which you can then bring back to the berry bush. Or the berry gatherer. So I'm going to try and get them to do that. And then our research thing is already done. So we can either go for the water tank, or we can start pathing out into these 2 other areas. So we can get a horn blower that allows us to issue commands to Onbu, which is really helpful. Or we can start looking towards like the pantry. There's also the option for this flop house, which is for a ton of villagers, which is kind of helpful, honestly, early game. But it means that we have -40 to poison resistance, which is not so helpful. It's just easier to build than a whole bunch of houses, and it takes like a whole lot less space. So, kind of a pick your poison on that one. I usually end up going down here on this route to get the pantry, then the stonemason, because I really like getting the hut and the upgraded houses. The hornblower goes into more of like the Onbu research and stuff, which is helpful, but usually, I hate to say it, but I prioritize the people more than I do Onbu, just so that I can keep the villagers happy. Because if I keep the villagers happy, I can continue to bring in more villagers that help my cause. So I'm probably going to go for the pantry, though I do need to get some more clay right now. So I'll hover over the pantry. I'm going to let these guys go free and help for a bit. Maybe throw a couple of them into here. And then hopefully these guys are going to help get these done real quick. And then we'll get somebody working in here. So we're going to get the berries from these berry bushes, and then we're also going to be able to harvest them for the seeds. That is the hope. So we're moving along. Got an abandoned encampment on our horizon. It says we can find some tools. Tools help us build these camps, which is really helpful. I'm also tempted to build material storage because they're really cheap. So maybe we'll throw one over here. Kind of hoping that they'll bring all the berries to it. I think the berries can go in that. So let's do that. We also got the farm in the airwell I forgot about already, even though we just researched them. So we'll move these up. And how big is the farm again? Okay, perfect. So if I remember correctly, I liked having them go one in on each side. So we're gonna stop that there. Or maybe not. Maybe it was like that. It was a way I really liked setting it up before. I think it was like this, but without the airwell in there. Because we can move the airwells and stuff down into here. They don't need to be a part of that. I can have my airwell here. Grab a couple airwells. We'll do that. And then we could probably put another farm, like, right beside here, too. And again, it might be cut off a little bit, but there's still quite a lot of farm ground. And we can only have 3 farmers in there, and actually 3 farmers for that amount of farm ground, depending on what crop you're trying to grow and what season or terrain, they don't actually use all of it. So, we do have all the items for the pantry now, so we're going to unlock this and get our people to come back. Everybody come back. So they did get a couple berry seeds, but not as many as I was hoping. Because the thing is, I'd rather them get all the berry seeds and stuff here, and the guy plants them like he is now. Well, I guess he's already been planting them. Good job. Because then he can harvest them from in here, rather than me sending people out all the way over here, or all over the world. Which is something that didn't used to be the case, I believe, with the berry harvester. I think you just had to set them around, and then they would randomly grow around it after a period of time, and it was definitely not as efficient. Right, we need to put people in the airwells to extract them. So I'm going to put one in there for now, so we can get some water started. So we're currently in a jungle biome right now. On day 3. I really hope that's not appearing. I have a feeling that's appearing every time my volume knob is touched. And I apologize for that. I don't know if there's a way for me to change that on the overlay so that that doesn't show up. But if there is, I definitely want to figure that out sooner than later. So I'll have to check that in recording. For now, though, I apologize and please bear with it. I really hope it isn't too annoying. So we got our first farm almost built here, which is awesome. I think we still need some more houses to not make our villagers mad. Yeah, we still have 2 villagers that are homeless. So I guess we do need to build some more houses and stuff now. So we'll get rid of this, we'll make this a priority. And we do need to set down a couple more tents. So we got a farm that can plant. We can also assign plant, harvest, or... yeah, only plant or only harvest, or plant and harvest. Which I really like as well. Got 2 in there. 2 all around. They're researching away the pantry. We're using wood like crazy. We need more help. So let's start setting our land. Perfect. Usually I find this is a good enough plot of land for them to work with. Then I can kind of set other things around them. So we got our pantry. We need a lot of stone. We could also just wait to get the wood for the hornblower and go kind of both ways. It'll mix it up. I mean, we don't have the resources for any of it right now, so you know what? Let's go to the stonemason. I'm gonna close this off. I'll probably spend like the first like 10 days building up before I touch this, because I don't know what that's gonna entail. But we will get to it. Just not right this second. We got one working on water. Got 10 water already. Also, I remember liking having roads going right into the hut. Because the water guy will bring the water right into the hut. And there's storage for the water. So I can also, I got this pantry now, which is awesome. So I think I should put a pantry down somewhere around here. So I got the food getting made there. So probably somewhere like in here. Kind of want it exactly where I put the the other thing. But for here, it's good here for now. So we'll do that. Sweet, we got some people that want to settle on the village. There's the other guy. Nice. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Come help us build our fine establishment. We also need way more stone, so we should probably get these guys working on this pretty quickly here. We want the stone. We need to hustle. How close are we to that abandoned encampment? There it is. Okay. So here's our first like crossroad. If we had actually built the hornblower, we could have maybe asked Onbu. Onbu's not guaranteed to go the path we wanted. But we could have chosen potentially. So there definitely is like an argument for wanting to go the hornblower. Because if you see a path like you don't want Onbu to go down over to the side here, you see that there's something that maybe you want to find over here, you definitely want the hornblower to try and help encourage Onbu to go down the path you want. But for now, we have not done that. Awesome. Okay, it looks like they're actually going to move all the food into the pantry. So, guess the food doesn't go into the material storage. Okay, and they ran out of stuff to do there, so we're going to move this down. Let's move this down too, and then let's build some roads over down into this section a little bit now. And I think I'm gonna build... I'm not using it yet, but once I start... my goodness, where is it? There it is. Once I start getting more farms, I am probably gonna want more air wells. So we'll build the third one here, and then we're gonna, again, section it off like this a bit. Down the way with some roads. I do want the sapling gone. Are you just gonna get rid of it? Nice. there's so many trees that I don't think we actually get wood from saplings, but they are easier to remove at that stage. So if you just want it out of your way, remove it as a sapling before it grows into a tree. Make it a lot easier. 3 people. So we got the housing problem dealt with. So our housing quality actually went to 1. They don't have any needs yet, but they will grow needs over time. So right now we only have our happiness of 1 and housing quality of 1, and then 6 from this bonus, which will eventually go away. So right now we only really, without the bonus, have a housing or a happiness quality of 2. So that's why I'm trying to prioritize making my villagers happy by getting them food, working towards the better housing, so I can get their happiness needs up. And then we'll have to work on decoration, and then food quality is from like the gourmet meals and simple meals, so we actually need to make them into proper meals. Okay. Day 5. I think we got a good little start here going. I am worried a little bit about food now. We've gone through half of our food. We are getting some food built, or made, but I think let's get another farmer in here. Now that we've gotten up to 16 people, we should definitely be prioritizing some food. Oh, I guess we searched it already. I guess depending on the thing, it won't even tell us, but we did get 3 tools from that. So I guess I just wasn't paying attention enough. It probably popped up and it just kind of wasn't paying attention. So we did get some more tools. So we got 3 tools again. So we could build a second clay mine deposit if we really wanted to, or we could build more of the other camps and deconstruct them later. Like right now we're really going in on the stone, so I'm kind of thinking that we just get another stone encampment and just go crazy on the stone right now. Kind of think that's the plan. Get the stonemason dealt with. Just keep mining away at all these rocks. Can't really see much on the map yet. Looks like both ways are just going to be more jungle. Nothing exciting happening on the map yet. Alright, 2 more people can go into our camp here. Perfect. Yep, we're just going to go all into getting that stonemason built as soon as possible. So we can see that Onbu's getting sleepy here. Getting a bit hungry too. So we will have to find a way to feed Onbu at some point too. And that is down the other route here with the hornblower. Where eventually we can get the feeding trebuchet, the kitchen. So we definitely can't just focus on the one side. It's literally you have to balance a mix of both. There is spots though on the map that Onbu can eat at, and Onbu will just sleep anywhere. Onbu is tired, he'll just sleep right there. So sleeping he'll just do on his own, but feeding and helping him with his poison level, that's on us to kind of help him with. If he can't find food himself. So we're gonna get some more people here in a second. So it gave us a notice. Onbu's unsure where to go. We got 2 more people. So when Onbu's unsure, he's just gonna pick. He's just gonna make a decision. Got some more people. Perfect. Growing our village quite steadily. Kind of thinking of just putting them into getting water for now. Just in case if we run into a biome that, like a desert or something, that we can't get water right away. Because other than helping out with some of the other stuff, like... I guess we do need more housing. Which again, probably, I guess, just not go crazy on the housing, but build a couple more houses here and there. We do have enough that we can do the research building now too, actually. So actually, let's shut these down. And cancel that. I like how it doesn't lose the progress on the water, though. We'll let them build the houses real quick first, because it looks like they're just going to go crazy with building houses. And then we'll get them to come in here. And yeah, I think we just slowly start building our way out this way until we reach the mound. So we could probably just start setting the foundation of that. And then yeah, we can start building down here. Figure out what the mound is. And that's probably where we'll head to next. So we already got our housing quality back. Yeah, so it's already dropped by 1. That's why we want to work on that. There's the rain cloud. And we're not gonna get into contact with it, but someday. Oh, they're going crazy on the tree. Go, guys, go. Chop that tree. Also, probably going to set up a material storage somewhere around here. Because, yeah, they can store the logs in here instead of having to run back and forth all the time. And something that I undervalue a lot. Because they're cheap to make, and they are very useful. So we'll bring these guys over here too. And we can actually ask them to kind of start working on some trees. All the ones in our way along the road here. We'll ask them to start working on these. Ones that they can reach at least. Come closer to the road. Perfect. Whoops. And they built the houses pretty much. So let's get them in here. And we'll get them to stop doing that. Come on, build some houses. Or not build some houses. Go do some research. Well, we're definitely building up a good amount of resources. Alright, so we went this way. Which looks like there could be like some snow. Oh, I guess we caught the edge of the rain. So it's gone up 150% production from where it was at before. It was, I think, 125 in the jungle. And again, it makes the time of harvesting this just go down. So instead of, I think it was like 3.5 hours, it's 2.5 hours. Same with temperature on like the beets. Right now we can only grow beets. Right now it's a little bit hot for the beets, so they're only growing at 60%. If we had compost to use, we could up the speed of it, but we don't. We got some lovely roads being built. That's awesome. Ooh, mushrooms. We're gonna want to start harvesting these as well. We can see them around. Any free resources like this that we can get around, especially like the food ones, the mushrooms, are actually for feeding Onbu. So if I see them around, I am definitely gonna want them to harvest them. Because it does require another building to be built for us to actually produce mushrooms. So I'm kind of thinking we have a decent amount of clay. It's not a ton. I think maybe let's take one of these guys out. Maybe they'll help us with harvesting these mushrooms. I think this guy's been doing pretty good over here. I'm sitting at 53 for a little bit here, I think, on the food. Definitely gonna have to still keep an eye on that. So I will admit I feel like I'm running it a little bit thin on the guys running for food. I have 3 people, I think, working on food for 20 right now. I should probably have all of my food production going full blast at this point. But we're gonna keep pushing it for a little bit longer on food. Alright, stonemasons researched. So now we got all the options over here unlocked. So we can build a better house. Once we make slabs from the stonemason, get it going. We can also build a kitchen to cook berries and beets and make some simple meals. Herbalist, which will help us for medicinal uses. Village doctor, which is really handy for our poison villagers as well. And then town square will help us increase happiness. The other reason I like this is stone roads is down this path as well, and I really like stone roads. So we got the stonemason. The big one I'm after is the kitchen and the hut, but eventually I will go down this route. We do have the wood to start going down here, so we are going to start going down the hornblower. And just have them keep going. So stonemason, can actually put it right here. Be pretty good, I think. So we want to keep it nice and close to where all the stone is. It fits pretty nicely right in there, so we're gonna park it. It looks like they did harvest all those mushrooms, which is amazing. Herbs are also growing around as well that you can harvest. So if you see them as well, you will definitely want to harvest them. Nice. More help, yes, please. Come help us. So we got a little extra housing than what we need right now, but we should probably get these going again. I always forget about the housing, so might as well just get them going on it. Keep them happy. And then you know what? Let's get somebody else in the food. Keep that food rolling. Oh, there we go. So we got some hearty mushrooms, healthy food for Onbu. So that'll help keep Onbu fed for a bit. And then, yeah, it looks like this snowy white area we might be heading into over here. We'll see. So we'll get materials for harvesting this. And we get stone and clay. That's actually really good. We need more wood for the carpenter. You want landscaping at some point too, because decoration. Decoration actually is quite useful. It's pretty cheap to do early on and just get some basic decorations to get it up even just like a level or two for your decoration, rather than going all in on like food and housing quality. Helps keep your villagers happy. I feel like I gotta get the carpenter done. So I can't touch any of this until I get the stonemason going. Water tanks are cheap. I should consider water tanks. But I'm not going to. I think we go for the carpenter. We'll release these guys for now. Get them to come help us with some other stuff, like, I don't know, mining more stone. Get a bunch of stone dealt with. Keep cutting away. Get some people in this as soon as this is built. So Onbu's really tired right now by the looks of it. So he's probably going to go to sleep pretty soon. So we can see here the humidity level and toxic level. So it shows that when Onbu is standing, it's normal. And if he was lying down, it's also normal. But there's times where the air is more toxic if Onbu will lie down. So sometimes you gotta keep an eye on that too, because it may not always be the most ideal place for Onbu to sleep. So you may want him to try and find somewhere else to sleep, so you have to monitor that. Many things to monitor. Alright, these herbs are starting to grow, so I'm definitely going to want to hold on to them. There are all these mushrooms too. I don't know if I want to send my guys out all the way over here. There is a decomposition rate for them as well, so I gotta make up my mind if I want to do it or not. So these rocks here are just regular stone, but I actually noticed over here there are also these Onbu spikes. They can be harvested, but they'll reduce his trust in you. So I feel like we're pretty lucky in the fact that a lot of them haven't really spawned over in this area here, where I'm really looking to build, or like on the land here. There's actually not that many at all, which is really nice. I think that's pretty lucky for us. So Abu's taking a nap. It's decided it's nap time now. Alright, and we're building slabs. Again, if we want a second to pause, we can always just pause the game too. If we're coming into a state where there's like something terrible heading into our future, or we just want to pause and take a look at our surroundings, we can always pause the game, speed it up. So we do have the hornblower now. I did get research. I forgot about that. But as you can see, there's all these X's on here. We can't put it down anywhere here. It actually wants us to bring it up here, up close to, well, Onbu's head. Because we can't have it too far away or else Onbu can't hear us. So we have to put it up here. It's very densely populated right now with bush. So we do need to find a spot to hack it all down. I'm kind of thinking just over here. It's kind of really hard to see anyways. But we're already building out this direction. So I feel like building it out this way just makes sense. So we'll make our way there slowly. We already are. do have enough wood now for the carpenter, so maybe let's start sending some people back. They're all hopping in there. Awesome. Food is slowly going up again, which is good. Getting some slabs. One thing I like to do sometimes as well, because you get the resources back, is build like 2 of the stonemason things. And then just build a bunch of them really fast. Especially helpful when I start making the roads, because in the research thing, the roads actually are built out of the slabs you can see. So, I do like building multiple of the stonemasons. So I think we are going to plan for that, because, again, we have the space. I think it makes sense. Or it will make sense. And we don't have to make that a big priority. We can make that a low priority. It looks like they're already going to start building it, because I don't really have anything else that I got them building right now. Other than, I guess, this. Which, I mean, I guess we kind of want that pretty soon. I guess we should build some roads up there. Kind of like that, I guess, for now. Poor guy's chopping wood all the way over here by himself. I kind of like don't like him doing that, I'll be honest, so we'll get you to stop doing that. Hopefully you'll stop doing that. Sweet. Got some more villagers. Happiness is still high. I'd rather them build these roads and stuff before any of that other nonsense. And I think I'm going to get them to do this. And maybe this. And then I'm going to move them over here. So I want them getting rid of the trees that are on the path. This is more directed to the path. Our research is done. Awesome. So now we got the carpenter. We, other than a few things of wood, have enough for the stonemason. For the kitchen. So we should be able to get the kitchen done pretty soon here. So, either that or we go for the hut. We can do the hut right now. Let's do the hut. Let's do the hut. We can build the hut. And then we'll get the wood and the stone and stuff in time, hopefully, for the other one. And then once I get the other 2, I'll start looking at the other path for Onbu. We'll bounce back and forth a little bit. Nice. We're also going to want a pretty central, like, cooking area. So I'm kind of thinking that once I clear out all these rocks, maybe I'll start throwing down some of the cooking stuff here. So I'll have to keep an eye on that too. Because again, if we're going to be putting more farms here, it makes sense for us to kind of have like a small cooking area in here. Or maybe the cooking area goes here. And then our other farms go down here. And then, yeah, the berries will be a little bit further away, but I could probably put, like, a small cooking area for, like, the berries in there. That might be a better idea. We'll see. We still got time. The carpenter, though... All of our wood production stuff is happening over here. So I kind of feel like I should slap a carpenter kind of, like, over here. I think it kind of makes sense for it to be kind of along this main way, and maybe I set up a couple, just slap them in here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Again, we can tear things down later. That way it's just closer to where all the wood production is just happening. Just makes sense. Oof, that one guy is going to try and mine 30 times on that one rock. It seems very painful to me. I kind of don't want him doing that either. You know what, let's stop that. Let's stop that. It's not a good use of your time, my friend. I'm sorry. We've almost made our way to where I feel comfortable to start doing the pile here now too, though. Well, I wouldn't say this is the fastest start, but this has definitely been a, not a terrible one. I feel like we could have managed some of our resources a little bit better. Maybe spreading out this early wasn't the best idea, but we really do want the hornblower set up, so... The only thing I can think of is maybe we should have... Nah, because then we wouldn't have the clay. I think we had to kind of start here so that we could get the research going. And then branching off here like we have. I think that's actually pretty good. The only other clay spot was down here, and then we'd have to go all the way up here. Like, yeah, this was a better clay spot. I mean, we haven't really used this, and the way these work is that it's growth over time. So I don't know if these two that were over here would have been enough. Honestly, I didn't even notice them until I found the mound. Okay. So I got the hut. We are short on clay now this time. For the kitchen. I forgot about all those herbs. They probably died by now. We'll set up to build the kitchen. And we'll close this down. One of you guys give this guy a hand. And... start focusing on getting these built. Get another person in this here too. Try and get all these trees chopped down. This thing is almost getting full of wood too, so I think maybe I'll get another wood thing over here. I am gonna get them to chop down like all this foresty area in here. But we'll see. Nabu's having a long nap. Alright. But you know what? I just realized we're on day 10. I think that's a good place for us to kind of leave off. For today, and then I think in the next episode we'll probably look to start on ungrounding this strange pound of rubble. Strange pound of, oh my goodness, I can't even English anymore. Yeah, it's definitely time to stop for the next episode. Well, thank you all for joining me here today, and I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode where we'll find out more of the story behind the Wandering Village. Have a good one, bye.